So I was moving swiftly. So if I misspell a name, don't blame me. But I'm really excited to have, Houston's very own Khaliah Guillory here to be our keynote, to, continue on this conversation and leveling you guys up in many different levels. And as we talk about professionals, good to talk about yourself, and how you can level up your personal self as you do those things to better yourself. But the creative mind behind that bar is a certified sleep expert, Khaliah O'Guillory. As a previous C-level executive, she knows a thing or two about handling stress. I know y'all can feel it. It's Mental Health Awareness Month too. So Nap Bar is the first white glove self-care napping experience in the world. It offers communities and companies on-site and in-suite rest sanctuary to help reduce sleep deprivation and increase productivity. Y'all, we all need that. So NapBar's mission is to turn sustainable rest into sustainable productivity for not only health conscious professionals, entrepreneurs, stay-at-home parents, and travelers, but sports venues, airports, and corporations. Khaliah has been featured in a plethora of national publications and not limited to Forbes and Essence. Love Essence magazine. Based on her philanthropy work in the community, Mayor Sylvester trying to declare October 29th as Khaliah O'Guillory Day. You go, girl. So without further ado, go ahead and get started.
Hey. So listen, before we turn up and before Roxy leaves, I don't know if Roxy is still on, but just the way her energy and the way she was amen and everything in the corner, you were my spirit animal. So I had to give you your flowers now, sis. So thank you for that. And I know Todd left, but hashtag truth to power. We need to put that on a t-shirt. So Valerie, I think we can go ahead and cue up our music so we can get the vibe right for the next 30 so odd minutes. You got it?
Music is not ready.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. I will keep going. You tap me whenever it's ready. So, yo, dope humans, I will invite you all to turn on your cameras. Because, hey, listen, if you're appropriate, it's cool. If you're not, it's cool too. I literally had a talk a couple of weeks ago and I invited folks to turn on their cameras, and I legit had one of the participants in his bed under the covers with no shirt on. So listen, come as you are, okay? I will welcome anybody as they are. All right, man, I see your beautiful faces. Thank you guys so much. Blessings to you. Thank you so much for turning your cameras on. I feel the energy already. So yo, dope humans, Khaliah O'Guillory here. I am a lover of humanity, 80s hip hop, 90s R&B. If you are vibing with me on that, drop into the chat your favorite jam. I want to know what you rocking with. Drop it in there. And I am obsessed with sleep, so much so I founded Nap Bar. It's the first of its kind rest sanctuary located right here in Houston, Texas, in the world for sleepy humans to go in midday, take a nap, rest, recharge, rejuvenate, do all the things that you need to do so you can increase your productivity. We're going to talk a little bit about that in a little bit. Oh, man, you guys are killing it. Bobby V, yes. Oh, SWV, oh, my God. I was listening to their channel on Pandora. I streamed it for like 3 days straight. I forgot how good it was. It was so good.
I put Adina Howard, but I don't know if it can be played here.
No, I'm thinking because the song that popped in my head, I don't know. That's probably after hours.
To think twice, like, wait, this is being recorded. Never mind.
So this is really, really cool for me. And I say it's really cool for me because you guys, I was listening to the panel, which they did an incredible job. And it made me think about my time in corporate America. I'm not far removed. I just retired November 2018 to start Nap Bar. And talking about strength finders and talking about everything else, man, I was like, man, I had a low-key moment where I missed it. But you see, in order for me to fulfill my divine purpose, I realized one day that I needed to quickly move my ladder because, see, my ladder was leaning against the wrong building. And the reason why I say that is because one morning I woke up and I found myself at the intersection where my satisfaction no longer met my contribution. So, I was attending panels, I was attending all the things. I had a mentor, but what I quickly realized when I was in corporate America, if my missions are not aligned, nothing is going to be right. So we could spend a little bit time talking today and maybe perhaps doing a little bit of soul surgery. I think it might help us achieve this promotion. It will achieve all the things that we talked about on the panel. And we can just go out and bring our whole selves, not just to work, but everywhere. And when I mean our whole selves, meaning that we are showing our heart, we are operating in integrity, we are operating in a sense of gratitude, and we really truly have identified my why. So if you guys haven't noticed yet, I think somebody had mentioned that they had met me. I saw someone in the chat about a while ago. They met me at Microsoft. So you should tell them this is about to be a whole interactive experience. So please engage me in chat. Valerie and Tiffany, they will be my second set of eyes to make sure I'm not forgetting anybody. So please, by all means, keep your cameras on. I want to see you. If you have a question mid-sentence or anything that I'm talking about, don't wait till the end, man. I'm here for us. This is for us, by us. We're about to FUBU this thing. So make sure that you drop in chat everything that if you have a question in real time, because we don't want to hold it to the end. So I was sharing with you guys like why I think it makes sense and it's important for me to share with you why I do this body of work that I do. See, my why is that I acknowledge and I committed that the generational curses in my family will die with my parents, and I, Khaliah O'Guillory, will birth a generation of wealth. And the type of wealth I'm talking about, y'all, is wealth and rest, wealth and innovation, wealth and integrity, wealth and generosity. That's the type of generation wealth that I'm looking to pass on. Oh man, somebody said, give me Leo Sag vibes. Nope, Scorpio till the day I die, baby. Scorpio in the building. So listen, I want us to, and the reason why I preface this about where I come from and who I am and my why, I want to also preface this that because my ladder is no longer leaning against a corporate building, that doesn't mean that everybody needs to be an entrepreneur. Because quite honestly, we have side hustlers who are on a call right now, folks who I have deemed and dubbed as corpreneurs. You got one foot in corporate America, one foot in entrepreneurship. We need folks in corporate America that look like us. We need our allies in corporate America that look like us, because at this point in our journey, our 400+ journey, we no longer want the seat at the table, right? We are creating a table. Better yet, we're creating a room. And so we need to continue to disrupt the space. And so I preface that by saying that this is for everybody. I curated this fireside chat so that my hope and my goal is that everybody will get a piece of something for everything. So I'm gonna pause here. Valerie, before I keep going on, I'm about to feel like I'm about to keep being on fire. I want to pause to see if we got the music keyed up, and if not, I can keep on moving on and we can do what we need to do.
Oh, we are ready, so I'll play.
Oh, we are ready. All right, let's hit it.
Welcome to the Unleash Your Dopeness Tour presented by Khaliah Guillory.
Let's go. Let's get it right. We got to get it right. We're about to do some soul surgery. Hey, come on, Tiffany, where you at? What? Oh, hey. Where you at? Hey. Oh, come on, Luigi. Come on, Luigi. Hey. Hey. Come on, Valerie. I see you. Where everybody else is at? Let me see these moves. Hey. Unleash Your Dopeness is coming into Microsoft. Bam, right now. Bam. Thank you so much. Let's go. All right, Valerie, we're ready. Let's go ahead and pull up the slide. And we can move to the next one. All right, so here's what I was thinking. If it's cool with you guys, I have compiled a playbook on all things how to operate, how to maneuver. And the reason why I did this, and I'm sharing this with you guys, is because, as I mentioned before, as a C-level executive working at Wells Fargo for 14 years, at one point in my career, I managed over 200 employees, $1 billion book of business. I realized that there was a need for me to really, truly operate in self-love at work. And what I meant by that, and what the panelists kind of touched on, is in order for me to achieve the next promotion, in order for me to get on to the next rung on the ladder, in order for me to really truly show up to work and be happy about being there and not scrolling through Insta or Facebook most of the time, is that I had to operate in radical self-love. Now, here's the thing about it. Notice I didn't say just regular old degular self-love. I'm talking about radical self-love. So pop in the chat and tell me what you think. Like, what is radical self-love? Or you can unmute yourself. It's cool too. Now, since this is interactive, if there's something that resonates with you, if you guys don't know this by now, my favorite word is dope. Like, dope is my thing. Dope is my hello. Dope is my yo. Dope is like everything. So if there's something I say that resonates with you, pop it into chat and just say dope. I just want to make sure you guys are rocking with me. So let's test it out. Let's say I said something that's dope. Into the chat. Yeah, somebody unmuted. You give me that energy. I'm with it. Come on. Yes. You can
This is D. I'm in my car.
I'm with it. I'm with it. So here's where we're going to go. We got to go. We got to go. So manifest through radical self-love. Val, you can go to the next one. So I broke down manifest and what this looks like. It starts with our mindset, right? So when I think about what this mindset looks like, thoughts become things. And that goes for anything that is negative and or positive. Thoughts become things. So when we think about, oh, I applied for this position and I got passed over for the third time. Well, and if you applied for that position on the second and third time, in the back of your mind, you already had made up your mind in this story and you told yourself, I'm not going to get this position. I'm not going to get this role. Well, guess what? That might be why you didn't get the role. So we got to make sure that the thoughts that we are thinking are aligned with our vision. So visualization is a thing. For all my athletes, all my athletes on the line, and even my people who love athletes, right? There's a study that recently came out, and it was around visualization. And they took two separate teams, two different sides of the world, and they made them one team visualize free throws, just shooting free throws, right? They just sat for 10 minutes and just visualized them shooting free throws, nothing but net. The other team, all they did was practice it in the gym. That was it, no visualization. Did you know that 40% was the increase of the team that visualized the free throws compared to the team that didn't? You got to believe it before you see it. You're right, Sandra. So what I'm saying to you guys is that when we think about how thoughts become things, we got to visualize that thing, because if you close your eyes and you're thinking about this next promotion that you're going to get, you're thinking about the house that you're going to purchase, you're thinking about all the things that your heart desires, to make sure we have seen ourselves in that picture so that we can go and do the thing. Because it's not a matter of being surprised about what we have or what we have. It's a matter of like, listen, I'm here. My thought has become a thing because I've already committed to it. I've already seen it. Say dope.
Dope.
All right.
Dope.
Moving on. Hey, we dope. Let's go. Let's go. Val, you can push me to the next one. All right, so abundance. Oh, gosh, this is a big one, y'all. This is a big one. So abundance.
Dope.
Yay. Oh, for sure. We did not come from lack. We came from abundance. And, I know oftentimes we feel as if we're buried where we're actually planted, right? So what I mean by that is that the playbook to leveling up, the playbook to see, say, do, the playbook to truth to power, the playbook to being dope is knowing that we're operating from abundance, because everything we need is already inside of us. All of the sacrifices were made 400 years ago so that we can be afforded all the things that we have access to right now. Right now. That's right, Luigi. We are rewriting the narrative today, like right now. And you know what I thought about when I had a pickle of a year in 2017, I was still working in corporate America. And one of the things that I realized very quickly is that I felt buried, but I was really planted because I kept recycling behaviors, patterns, thought processes in that season because I kept wanting to harvest, but I wasn't mentally ready. I wasn't mentally ready to harvest because I kept repeating the same cycles. I kept allowing toxic people to have access to me. I kept allowing the 8-year-old Khaliah to run rampant, and she was tearing up relationships. I kept doing all these negative things that I had control over because I had to keep recycling because I was planted there to get the lesson. And I didn't get the lesson until it took me 10 times to get the lesson. But what I'm trying to say to you guys is that in order for us to move on and to really truly reap harvest, we got to pay attention to what's growing around us. We're not buried, we're planted there. We're planted there for a particular reason. Pruning season is a thing. It is absolutely a thing. So when we think about abundance and we think about who we are and how we are and how we're planted, if you feel like you're recycling the same season, sis, bro, I would encourage you to check to see what roots need to be pruned around you. And what does that even look like? All right, man, we're going to keep this party going. We're going to keep this party going. Hey, give me all that love. Yes, yes. All right, Val, let's move to number 3. All right. Okay. Ooh, nourish. Ooh, this one, y'all. Are y'all ready for this one? Like, listen, this one might be this is second to my next one. Tiffany's like, nope. No. Turn on your no. You see what I did there? Turn on. Gotta flip it. Your no. Turn on your no. What I mean and how all this is related is because if we show up as we are, who we are, we're going to do the same thing in these boardrooms. We're going to do the same thing as we climb this corporate ladder. We're doing soul surgery right now so we don't have to do it later. That's what we're doing right now in this moment. And what I mean by turning on our no, I mean, we don't owe people any explanation to why we said no. We don't owe anyone an explanation of why or have to explain the parameters of our boundaries. We don't owe anybody anything other than simply telling them the truth, communicating in a way. That's it. And one of the other things that we want to also consider is that we are in this culture to where, I just saw a post. My little nephew sent me a post about high girl summer and city boys or something. I don't even know what it is. But what I realize is that we are expecting others to love on us, and we aren't properly loving on ourselves. Like, we're expecting someone else to nourish us and provide said nourishment, but we're not doing it on our own for ourselves. So how could we possibly attract the person that we really truly want, that we've been calling forth, when we can't do it possibly for ourselves? What's that about? So, whenever I start to unpack this a little bit more, when I think about turning on our no, we're turning on our no to the people, behaviors, places, spaces, all the nouns that upset us. So if you ever think about you're on the phone with a friend or you're out to lunch and you automatically start to get riled up, that means you got to start turning on your no. No, I can't meet you for lunch. No, I can't continue on with this conversation. No, I have to end this relationship because I have to personally nourish on myself. Now, I don't keep on moving because I know my time is limited, but I'm going to keep on moving. I'm going to keep on going. Intentional. We talked a lot earlier on the panel about the difference between mentors and sponsors, but let me share with you guys my personal motto. See, my motto is, why duplicate mediocrity when you can borrow genius? Why duplicate mediocrity when you can borrow genius, yo? Like, you can borrow genius from the living and the dead. You can borrow genius from a mentor, from a sponsor. You can unlock all the things that your heart truly desires. But my question is, are you willing? Yes. You let that dope out. Let it out. My question is, are you willing to do what needs to be done to achieve it? Are you intentional about it? You're working towards this next promotion. You want to get married. And I might touch on some toes here, but we came here to have real talk, I thought, right? So we want to get married. We want to do these things, but we might be still belonging to the streets. Like, we want to do these things. And listen, but the thing about intentional living is this. is that we truly have realized that if our mindsets are right and our thoughts have become our things, and we know that we're operating from abundance, and we have pruned around us the things that no longer we desire, and we're nourishing on ourselves, it's easy for us to sit and live in our intention. Because the thing that you've been calling for, the thing that you've been asking for, perhaps is chasing you. And what I mean by that is we're not sitting still long enough for the thing to catch up to us. Because if we're always on the move and we're always on the go, how is the thing ever going to get to us? So are you willing to be still? Are you willing to sit down? Are you willing to do the things that's going to help you achieve the straight intentional living that you want? Here's the next thing, and I'm going to move on to my next topic or my next point. Are you willing to protect your creative space? Are you willing to protect your energy? And what I mean by that, some of you guys have shared with colleagues, shared with your family members about a promotion that you're going to put your name in the hat for, about a project that you're going to raise your hand to volunteer for extra at work, for the house that you're going to purchase, for the side hustle that you're going to create. And someone told you no when you stopped. You stopped curating. You stopped creatively thinking about that thing. But what I would encourage you to consider is to stop sharing your vision with folks who don't have the capacity to understand your greatness. Like, you got the download, it was for you. So stop sharing that with other people who simply just don't have the vision to understand it.
Oh,
all right. Okay, let's go. Y'all still with me? Y'all still with me?
Dope.
Okay, let's go. Freedom. Hey, listen, I have a sign, a mask a friend of mine gave me, and it said, freedom isn't free. And I thought about that for a while because I thought, that's an interesting phrase. But what I've come to realize is that for me, freedom is free because I get to choose how I approach it. I get to choose how I operate in freedom. And what I mean by that is changing my relationship with fear and making it an ally. See, because whenever we want to really truly free ourselves from a thing, from bondage, from the things that are holding us back, it's because fear has told us and convinced us that we can't have said thing. We can't have we can't have the things that we're desiring. But what if we decided that we're going to change that relationship? Fear is no longer going to be like a get out situation. We will no longer be in the sunken place. It's our ally. Fear is our best friend. What would happen if we just considered for a second, what would we do if we allowed freedom to take reins of our lives and we do the thing that we want to do? All right, I see a hand up. Tiffany got a question for me. Let's go, sis. What you got?
so it's burning in my spirit because you said freedom is free or freedom isn't free. Now tell me again how we saying that freedom is free. Go ahead. I need to
I
hear
love
that.
that question. Oh, I love that question. The mask said freedom isn't free. And I thought about it before I actually started wearing it, and I never wore it consistently because I no longer agreed with what the mask was saying, because I believe that freedom is free because we can control the things that we control. And if we control our relationship with fear is the one thing that will hold us back. Fear is the thing that will, gosh, it will cause us to do and make some decisions that we perhaps will have to live with for generations to come. Like, fear will do that to us. Fear has done that to our parents. Fear has done that to our ancestors. So yeah, I believe freedom is free. I believe that the sacrifices were made decades ago, centuries ago, and it's up to us to operate in the freedom of what that even looks like. Ooh, somebody put false evidence appearing real. Ooh, Sandra, put that on a t-shirt.
Dope.
Oh man, I got a question. Craig said, are we participating in our own oppression because our misunderstanding of freedom? Bro, yes.
Dope.
You got it. Craig, you got it. Look, I'm getting hot. My AC is on, but y'all done got me fired up. Let me roll my sleeves up. We doing work in here. Yes, we are participating in that because we haven't given ourselves permission. We haven't given ourselves permission just to be who we are. We are still operating in the lack of what used to be and not what's in our reality. Oh man, that's such a good question. Tiffany, thank you for kicking that off. Did I answer that?
Yeah, I was about to know freedom is free because we do not subscribe to fear. That's what I got from that.
You got it. And you know why? You know why? It's because we're the authors of our lives. Like, we can choose to do this thing, man. Like, this is it. This is it. And
I choose freedom.
Hey, we need to say that on 3. 1, 2, 3. I choose freedom.
I choose freedom.
I choose freedom.
I choose freedom.
Oh man, y'all are giving me life right now. All right, I know my time is coming. Let me keep on moving. Let me keep on moving. And listen, y'all keep raising your hands and dropping in the chat. I'm monitoring both. Here we go. Here's the precursor to freedom, making sure it is free. We gotta operate in excellence, not perfection. There was a study done on mental health, and it came back that folks who pursue perfection, they have the higher propensity to experience depression and anxiety because they are chasing perfection. So here's my motto. Perfection will paralyze you. Excellence will catapult you to the next level. Excellence is when you can pivot and tweak it, and you're doing it on the move, and you're doing it on a go. Like, you're doing all these things, because when we think about it, athletes, musicians, who else? Professionals, artists, they always are tweaking something, because they have figured out that if they operate in excellence, not perfection, they can go a whole lot faster. Because what happens is, because we talked about perfectionism will paralyze you, what usually happens is that you never release the work that you were working on. You never release the work that you were working on. So I'll give you an example. I have a friend of mine, been writing a book for 10 years, a whole decade. And finally I was thinking, like, is the book gonna ever be relevant? Because she keeps operating in perfection. Go ahead and release the thing. The world needs it right now. And another piece of it is that we have to make room for the things that we desire in our heart. Like, if we are absolutely stuck on perfection and we haven't made room and gotten rid of some of the things that are going to hold us back from it, well, how are we going to have room for the thing that we've been wanting to achieve and succeed and receive? How is that even going to happen? So I'm gonna leave with this point is, some of you guys, somebody right now in this chat, or you know somebody in your family or somebody in your house right now that is sitting on $1 billion, I said billion with a B, $1 billion idea that will change the impact of generational wealth for your community, not just your family, but for the community in this world for generations to come. Like, we have got to stop getting paralyzed by perfection and chase the excellence. All right, Val, let's keep it moving. What's the next one? Y'all listen, y'all know I had to have some sleep in this thing. We couldn't have a party and not have no talks about sleep. So listen, I'm gonna hit you with this real quick. Rest is our reparation. Rest is our reparation. Craig, it goes back to what you were talking about with our misunderstanding here. Yes, y'all, we have to give ourselves permission to rest. I'm gonna tell you why. Our ancestors were told when to rest. I curated Nap Bar so that we, people who look like us and our allies, can rest on demand when we choose to. But what I realized really quickly is that we live in this braggadocious culture that team no sleep, and I'll grind till I grind. I'll grind till I'm to the end. I will sleep when I'm dead. Guys, that is all slave mentality. We have to give ourselves permission to rest. We have to give ourselves permission to rest. Yay! We have to give ourselves the permission to rest. I'm gonna tell you why. Because there's so many things that happen in our body whenever we rest. Our brains download the memory of the day. Toxins are washed out of our body. Our brain cells are being repaired. I don't know about y'all, but listen, I had the COVID-5, probably the COVID-10 at this point. I gained them 10 pounds, but one thing that's scientifically proven is when we rest and we nap consistently 2 to 3 times a week, it boosts our immune system and it helps regulate our weight. So I don't know if that's enough for you guys. It was enough for me, but we need to make sure that we're resting. And resting in a way that we're giving our bodies a chance to repair. And I don't mean that we have to make sure that we are we're taking naps. What I mean is unplug, disconnect from the device. Every single day, every morning, the first thing I do is the first 45 minutes of the day belongs to Khaliah O'Guillory. Now, I understand for some of you, it might be 5 minutes, but I invite you to take that time. Don't reach and grab for your phone to check email, check your calendar. I would invite you to consider running through a gratitude list, journaling, listening to some meditation music. Put your armor on before you go out into the world and let the world in, because you know that you are rested. You are a product of reparation. Like your ancestors are going to be so proud of you because you did the thing that they fought for you to do, and that's rest. Oh man, come on, man, come on. I'm gonna leave you with this little piece too, this little nugget on rest. Black and brown people are more prone to diabetes and high blood pressure. And there was a case study done at Harvard Business Review, and they basically scientifically proven that regular naps 2 to 3 times a week will reduce your high blood pressure as well as diabetes. So pass that on to a family member. Make sure that they're taking their rest, taking their naps. We're in the heart of a global pandemic. So it seems as though we're on the up and up of it. But rest also and napping has also been proven to boost your immune system. So listen, thank y'all for letting me get a little nerdy with you. Oh, and I'm gonna leave you with this. I gotta give you this little tip too for those of you who are still kind of on the fence about rest. NASA conducted a study on sleepy military pilots and astronauts and found that a 26-minute nap improved their productivity by up to 34% and their alertness by 54%. Hey.
Yep.
Hey, man.
I read that.
Come on. Sleep over everything, Kyle. That's right, man. Come on. Jacqueline is here for the nerdiness. Thank y'all for letting me be me. I appreciate y'all. Hey, Val, you might want to queue up. We got some questions coming up. I know we're gonna pop up in the chat here. I think we'll need those in the next second or so. And then you could go ahead and pop me to my last point, Val. Transformation. What's not transformed will be transferred. My boy Michael Todd said that. What's not transformed will be transformed. What's not transformed will be transferred. I want us to take 60 seconds and really allow whatever came up, grab a sheet of paper, grab your smart device, and jot real quick 3 things that you will commit to transforming for your generation, so it's not transferred to your kids, your grandkids, your spouse, your significant other. So it's just not transferred, like it's going to stop with you. What are you going to transform? And if you have a question, raise your hand. Drop your question in it now, or I want to know what it is. Drop your 3 right here. I'll tell you my 3, man. I am transforming rejection. I'm transforming that. That is stopping with me. It's no longer going to continue through my lineage. Oh man, this is good. Loveless marriages. Oh, we are doing real work in here. Bam. That should have been our thing. Bam. I'm gonna be doing that, Luigi, at the after party. Bam. Scarcity mindset. Oh gosh, racism, homophobia. That's good. Family trauma, low self-esteem, pettiness. Oh boy, we could do a whole chat on just pettiness. Self-doubt, finances. We can do a whole series on that. Y'all know I come from financial services. I came from Wells Fargo. When I tell you, that is near and dear to my heart, because our parents did the best that they could for the most part. And it's up to us, y'all. It's up to us to shift our thinking when it comes to finances and financial wealth and really what that means. Increased wealth knowledge. I love that. Poverty mindset, man. Christian, number 2, abundance is ours, man. You got this. Mental health, yes. Fear, relationships, imposter syndrome. You know, we are killing, we're deading imposter syndrome today because we just committed that we're going to manifest through radical self-love. And when we manifest through radical self-love, there's no need to be an imposter because we show up as we are and who we are and how we are and what we are. And it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks because the only person's opinion that matters is who your source is and yours. That's it.
Dope.
That is it. That is it.
Dope.
Man. All right. Okay.
Dope.
Dopey. I got a dopey dope. We got a whole remix. Where's the DJ? I need some I need some air horns or something. I'm gonna leave you guys with this quote, and then I think from a time check's perspective, you guys let me know, keep me honest. But I want to leave you with this quote that I think will just kind of solidify everything. And then Val, if you want to display question number 1. This quote came from an unknown author. I don't know where I saw it, but I did some research and I couldn't find who it was. But it says, I would rather adjust my life to your absence than adjust to my boundaries to accommodate your disrespect. I would rather adjust my life to your absence than to adjust my boundaries to accommodate your disrespect. So when we think about the imposter syndrome, that's really what this is speaking to that. People can go out of our lives. We're going to prune people out of our lives intentionally because that's what we're going to, we've turned on our no. And we are nourishing ourselves and we're intentional about everything. And freedom is free, right? We acknowledge that and we are chasing excellence and we're going to make sure we're rested and we're transforming the things that we don't want to transfer. And when we do all that, we level up because at that point, we see what we want in the mirror. We say what we say to ourselves and we do the thing that we want everybody else in the world to do. That's it. That's it, y'all. And hopefully you're sitting there thinking through it like, man, if I want to level up, I have to see myself as I want to be seen. I have to say the thing that I want to say with no regret. And I have to do the thing that I want to see being done in the world. That's it, y'all. That's it. That is it. So I know we have, hey, we got some, let's see, we have some polls going on here. Let's see. All right. Study 26 improves alertness. So it looks like it's a tie between 34% and 54%. Some of y'all are some copious note takers because one of those are correct. We'll give, oh, there we go. We got the leader there. That's correct, y'all. It's 54%. 54% will increase and improve your alertness. Think about the reduction in human error. Thinking about the increase in creativity by just taking just a quick little power nap or just closing your eyes and unplugging for 26 minutes. Go into your car, or better yet, have Microsoft call me. We're mobile. We pop up anywhere sleepy humans are. We will come and curate rest sanctuaries whenever you guys get back into your offices and have you on site. Yes. All right. Dope. All right. And then I think, Val, if you want to queue up that last question, and if you guys have any questions for me, go ahead and raise your hand or drop them in the chat. I am checking. Number two question, true or false? Did manifest stand for mindset, affirmation, nourish, intentional, freedom, excellence, sleep, or trust? Which one was it? Right, all right. Here we go. Those are coming in. I think y'all got it backwards.
You can't quiz us after
No,
5.
it's
That's
right.
what it is.
It's right.
Where is the bartender? It's clearly time for happy hour.
It's time for
I thought it was abundance, not affirmation.
Ooh, she
And
got
it
it.
wasn't trust, it was transformation.
Ooh,
Yeah,
y'all
that
better
part
get
right there.
it. Y'all better get it. It's time for happy hour. Woo! Dope. Y'all paying attention, man. And I thought I could trick you, but I did. Oh
Too
man,
much
I
dope,
love
man.
you guys, the little bitty issy pieces. Before I wrap up, I want to just make another swing, see if there's any questions in the room, any comments. How we doing on time, guys? I want to stay honest to it.
We're doing good. We're already over. We're fine.
Oh, okay.
You came in while we was running over, so you're fine.
Cool. All right, man. Let's talk. We got some time. What questions do you guys have? What pressing topics do you guys have? What do you want to pick my brain on? Like, let's go. What are we doing? Laura, what you got? Do you want to unmute yourself and give me your question?
Oh, sorry.
Uh-oh. Laura, we might have lost you.
It was just Teams. It's okay. I got it.
Okay.
Question 2. You do that, please.
Breaking up.
You broke up a little bit, Laura. Say it one
You
more
can't
time.
hear me?
Oh, I hear you now.
Oh, how do you make fear your ally? How do you make
You-
fear your ally?
Oh, such a good question. I'm gonna tell you how easy it is. You tell it and you commit to it. You tell it that fear, you're gonna be my ally, and I commit to where if I have to do it afraid, I'm going to do it afraid. Like, what's the one thing that has been stopping you? Like, you know for a fact, fear has been stopping you from doing it. Like, what's that one thing, Laura? Could be anything. You want to skydive? You want to jump out of a plane?
Project that I want to do. No, it's saving the world by building this really.
Uh-oh, you broke up again.
I know, man. It's my phone. I'm sorry. Can you hear me okay or no?
Oh yeah, I hear you now.
My sad Wi-Fi. I'll walk to the router. No, I just have this like technical project thing that I want to do, but it's like all nonprofit stuff and kind of too big to do by myself, but I don't know how to pull it off with Microsoft and everybody else. So like
I say you commit to doing it now. You just talked about it. And so I hear you might be a little uncomfortable about it right now. And let me tell you something I was 14 years into corporate America and decided to pivot into an entrepreneur. Walked away completely. Talk about fear. Walked away from a steady paycheck, benefits, a bonus every year. Listen, I mean, it was all the things. And when I decided I was going to pivot, I told fear that we were going to do it together, but we would do it in a happy place. And so I was absolutely uncomfortable. But what I realized is that I had to get comfortable being uncomfortable. So Laura, I tell you this, you just told however many people who are on this phone what you wanted to do. Yeah, you dope, Laura. So you just told us what
you're
you
all
want
going
to
to help
do.
me. That means
There
you're all
we
going to
go.
help me, right? We can
There
do
we
this
go.
together.
Yo.
All right.
That's how.
Got it.
So we literally
every week.
we
Thank
literally
you.
just shifted. We just shifted your relationship with fear. Fear is your ally now, Laura. You saw the shift. Now you're like, all right, who's gonna help me? Versus like, I don't know who's gonna help me. It really truly is that easy. And sometimes I have to shift and remind myself of my relationship with fear as an ally multiple times throughout the day. Multiple times throughout the day. All right, fear, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Oh, I got a no today? That's fine. Because I know that for me, I gotta get 10 leads so I can get at least 2 yeses. So like, oh, well, fear, we know we need 8 more phone calls we need to make. Like, let's just keep on dialing the dollars. Let's dial for some dollars. Okay. Did that help? Did that help, Laura?
That helps so much. So dope. Thank you.
Come on, Laura. Listen, Billy said you're magical. So listen, whatever you need, Billy got you. I know that for a fact. Billy said you're magical. Okay.
Billy's an
y'all.
expert in
Thank you.
magic, so I'll receive that. Thank you both.
Let's see,
Awesome.
Luigi.
Thank you. I was gonna let Luigi, but he'll forgive me. He'll forgive me and let me jump right in so that we
Go
can at
for it,
least
Tim.
we can at least do some raffles while we get Tiffany, our bartender, your bartender's bartender. How about that one? Ready to show us a drink and bring in our DJ. So DJ, if you want to come off mute and start us, while I thank Khaliah and ask Khaliah, can we support you going forward?
Yes. And I would be remiss to say, so one thing I did want to share with you guys, I am also the founder of the Cynthia A. Guillory Foundation. And our mission is to create ALS awareness, which is also known as Lou Gehrig's disease. My mother passed away from it weeks after I turned 22, months after I graduated from college. And back then in 2002, no one knew what the disease was. And so years later, many of you guys are probably familiar with it through the Ice Bucket Challenge. So I continued my mom's legacy through the Cynthia A. Guillory Foundation. We are in collaboration now, thanks to Valerie. We are Approved for Give, and we have an incredible boot camp that we are gearing up for July, the last week in July. If I could just take 60 seconds and pub it real quick in hopes that I think we're already got some in the making right now that we'll be doing some partnerships with Microsoft, but I want to engage you guys. So our target are people who come from where I come from. So I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm born and raised from Port Arthur, Texas, small little town about southeast of here, very impoverished town, but you couldn't tell us that because we love community. And so I'm targeting kids who are Black and brown, who are fatherless, who was my story. And they also identify as LGBTQIA, and they also come from an underrepresented family or area of town. We're going to take them into a week-long boot camp. We're going to teach them financial literacy. We're going to teach them and expose them to the arts, Black culture. We're going to expose them to mental health at an early age, because I don't know about you guys. I wish I could have went to therapy in high school. I actually needed it probably before that. So my personal therapist is going to come on and teach them and give them some tools and tricks of the trade. And it's just going to be an incredible event for these kids. We're going to love on them and pour into them. So, I would hope that, I think there's a way for you guys to set up your volunteer with us and donate your time, even if it's just for 1 hour. That will make a world of a difference, because at the end of the week-long boot camp, we're going to do a pitch competition, and we're going to award 3 scholarships for college. And these are high school seniors. They'll be in their high school year. So 3 scholarships, cash prizes, and they'll have to make sure that at the end of the year, they graduate with a particular GPA of 2.5, as well as they also have to meet with a mentor at least once a quarter. So listen, I hope you guys can follow me. If you want to follow and participate, I will drop in chat my personal contact information. You can follow, and I'll put all this in the chat as well. It's the Cynthia Guillory Foundation on Insta. Is at CAGALS, the number 1. Our website is cagals.org. And for me, Khaliah O'Guillory, for speaking, I'm at kogpassion.com. Follow me at Instagram. I'm at KOG Speaks. That's KOG Speaks. And then last but not least, NapBar. We're at napbarnow.com. You can follow us at napbarhou, but I'll drop all that in the chat.
Also, and I do want to remind y'all that Give is not just in October. So you can contribute the time that you spent on this call. In the chat, we put the link. So you contribute the time that you spent on this call during this session and donate that time to her nonprofit. I think that would be a great way to give back. So how she's been able to pour into us during this conversation. I think it's been really awesome. Lots of engagement. I saw so many dopes, hearing people hollering and everything. This is really amazing. So Wes, if you can post that link one more time. You guys can just check your 2 hours or however long you've been on this call in there, because that will be a very great contribution that we'll get to make for our organization. Continue to share with others as well. And we look forward to working with you this summer with the camp, with some things that we have going on. So again, thank you, Khaliah, for speaking. This is dope.
Oh, with that